type of person who wants to go live abroad, maybe teach English in a country like Korea, usually I think they become too familiar with their life at home. Their school life, their work life, just their friendship circle. They want something new. They want an adventure. They want new experiences. They want to see a new culture. And so they decide to go travel, and some people decide to go live in Korea. It's a good choice because that's exactly what you'll get. You'll get a lot of new experiences. Everything will be unfamiliar. And when you get here, everyone's wide-eyed and like full of wonder. It's really funny to see. And I still remember it like it was not too long ago. 3 years ago for me. You meet like-minded people and you're together and you're kind of figuring this thing out together. Like, it's really an incredible experience because you're walking down the street and you can't read the signs. You're seeing, like these ajumas and ajishis, the buses and the traffic and the food and just the way the buildings look. Everything is new. The sidewalks, the garbage on the streets, and your work life, teaching, your students, your job, your position, everything is new. So you cannot go through a day without being forced to engage with your life. And that's a really kind of rejuvenating experience. Like, I think people really can grow really quickly in that first exposure to a new culture like this, living here. It's funny, like I remember going into a restaurant and trying to order a bibimbap was like an adventure. Going on a bus ride was an adventure. You got exactly what you wanted. If you were tired with your familiar life at home, you had something totally new here. And that's great. But what ends up happening is things also get familiar here. And I think that's where the problem starts. As human beings, we try to make sense of our surroundings. And living every day like everything is new is really exhausting. You've got to try and figure it out. And you can see people trying to piece it all together. Korean girls are like this. Korean guys are like this. Korean students are like this. Korean culture is like this. People drink a lot of soju because of this. Hongdae is this. Gangnam is this. That's fine, but what ends up happening is you're making these really simple cause and effect relationships in your mind, and you start to think you actually know what this culture is all about. You start to think you know your environment. And just like you were familiar with your life at home, you become familiar with your life in Korea, and you kind of close your eyes. You're not really engaged with your life. You're not looking at everything like it is for the first time when you first got here. But now the problem is you are kind of living in autopilot in a new country, and you learn just enough about your environment that you're not really mobile. You can't really do a lot, but you can live on autopilot in kind of your small bubble of understanding within Korea. And I think that is definite, legitimate grounds to become jaded. So I think, this is not like a sad, overcast day rant. I mean, this is something I'm thinking about because you have to acknowledge it before you can tackle it. So, trying something new, engaging with your day, trying to open your eyes to things. And I think a really good way to do that is to engage in the language. It's not the only way. You can do it through relationships. You can do it through hobbies, your career. Every day you're going to hear sounds which you're not familiar with, and it's kind of a puzzle. It's something that you explore and you try and figure out and you're expanding into. And then not only that, but you can carry it with you, and then it helps you navigate further out into that kind of like cultural exploration. Right? Moving to a new place is not going to change who you are. It'll give you the opportunity to open your eyes and engage with reality, and then at that time I think it's quite like fertile time to change your habits. But if you just try and figure things out, make things around you familiar, you're going to go right back to the way you were. And I think that's a reason why a lot of people in Korea who don't learn the culture too deeply, don't learn the language, get familiar, get a common, kind of like comfortable lifestyle, they become jaded, they become unhappy. So that's it. That's my video, that's my rant today. And I invite you guys to challenge yourself, try something new. Don't fall into that autopilot routine of habit.